What up, y'all? What up, y'all? I'm just going to give it a few more minutes for people to jump on here. I'm going to post the link in the Discord. There we are. We are at $70 for the Scott Stapp Cameo Fund. I created a Scott Stapp Cameo Fund channel, just dedicated strictly to that fund. Trying to get it to $300. It's $299 to get that to get that camo done. So once you get to $300, man, I'll order it. We'll do it. We'll do it. I don't anticipate too many people on here. That's fine. I'll keep it short and sweet, and then I'll post the video for everyone to consume at a later time if they want to. All right, we'll go ahead and get rolling here. We got about 20 people on here. That's fine. That's fine. A lot of people are. I know it's Sunday. I know it's beautiful. At least here it is. It's like 75 degrees and clear skies, not a breath of wind. So I got a big old brisket about to be eaten. Good stuff. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get to it. Here we got Trading View. Trading View. How to set up. And so what I'm going to do is take it back to the basics. A lot of people asking me throughout the week of how do I set up my Trading View. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to X out of all these, and we'll just add them back one at a time. I'll leave the volume candles up here. The volume candles are this down here, so that should be pretty much standard. There you go, and we'll even do the squeeze Momo. Actually, I already took it off, so sweet. Okay. And if you have any questions, shoot them in the room. No problem, Devin. If you have any questions, shoot them in the Trading View in the YouTube live chat, and I'll answer them. There's not too many people here, so it should be okay. Raining in New York. That's no fun. This is probably the best day of the year here. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So. All right, so here we go. This is my Trading View setup. I've got it in dark mode. If you want to learn how to do it in dark mode, let's see. It's been a while since I've done that. Appearance. So yeah, so the top right, you'll hit the little cog, appearance, and go down to let's see here, background. Nope, that's not it. I'll have to figure that one out. Yeah, the dark mode right here. So this stuff. I selected the colors that I actually wanted. So I like it dark. It's just easier on the eyes, especially when I'm going here all day and I want to sit there looking at a nice bright white screen. So I click these little colors right here and set the colors I want. So, you know, you can change it up, all that stuff. You can make it all wacky and crazy. So I like to do nice and dark colors, There you go. Boom. All right, so having said that, the indicators. So we'll start here. We'll start with the easy stuff. So y'all know that I use the 831 and 34, 821 and 34 EMAs. So we'll go ahead and start that. You go to the top right or the top here, click indicators. I changed the dark theme before getting to a chart. Yeah, always good dark theme. All right, so moving average is what I just start typing in here, and go to exponential. Always do the exponential moving averages, and I'll go ahead and click 3 of them. So I just click it 3 times. That's all I did. 1, 2, 3, and I brought them up right here. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'll click on the first one. I'll click on the little cog right here, and I'll switch the inputs, and I'll go to the length and make that 8. And that's the number of observations of the EMAs, which mine, I like to do 8. Here you go. Personally, I set my EMAs to blue. So this is good color for me. That's fine. I'll switch it to blue. Easy peasy. Go to the second one. Same thing, except this time I'm going to select 21. I won't waste too much time here. Y'all know this. And I do my 21 EMAs as yellow. I like mine as yellow. I just have always done it that way. 30 EMA, click on it. Same thing. 34. And I do this one in like a light purple color. I come down here. If I'm going too fast or skipping over something, please let me know. I like a light purplish pink color right there. All right, and that's the EMAs. Good stuff, right? Easy peasy. All right, next we got, what do we got next? I'm trying to think. I forgot to make a list of all the stuff before I close it out. All right, the volume profile. There we go. This is the one a lot of people ask me. A lot of people don't use, but they should use. It's fantastic. So I click on VP on the indicators, and I clicked on KV4 coins. Click on that right there. That's pretty much it. That's all it does. It's time frame dependent, so sometimes it doesn't pop up unless you got to swish around, especially when it's not active. So, All right, it's not popping up, but it will when we're trading hours. It's pop up. That's all you do. I don't adjust it at all. So literally, I click on it. That's it. There's nothing to input anyway. The only thing you can do if you want is to change your point of control line, which I keep mine to set it yellow. It's fine, or this orangish yellow color. That's really the only thing I change on. You don't need to touch any of this stuff. That's just based on the formula. So that's how I do it. Nice and easy. Next, you got, what do I got? The pivots. So pivots. I go to the top. Same thing. Indicators. Click on pivots. HL. Pivot points, high, low. All this stuff has a lot of range of standard deviations. Some of them, there's like 4, 5, 10 lines. It's crazy. I like to keep mine basic. Pivot lines right there, the pivots, and that tells me the pivot of each price. So you're 420.48, 420.91, easy peasy. Good stuff. All right, what else do I got? Pivots, VP, volume profile, which is already up there. Let's do squeeze Momo. Lazy bear. Okay, there it is. Squeeze momentum indicator. That is not squeeze momentum indicator. That is not it. All right, hold on a second. Let's find it. Let's zoom this out. Zoom this down. That is not what I want right there. All right. That is not what I want. All right. There it is. All right, cool. Took me long enough. All right, so I did 2 of them. I only want 1 of them. All right. So there you go. Just a recap on that. Squeeze momentum indicator. So the top one, Lazy Bear, 72,000. That's the most popular one. That's one everyone uses. So that's easy peasy. That goes down right down here by itself. It's not a chart here. That's the bottom indicator. I don't touch that at all. I leave that as is. That's the one I always use. So, and of course, I always use the 3-minute charts as well. So right here. All right, what else we got? Volume, EMAs, volume profile, pivots, VWAP. I know I'm going to start. I always watch VWAP on my E-Trade. Y'all don't see it up here because I don't want too many lines, but a lot of people ask me to put it on there. I do use VWAP. I love VWAP, so I have no problem with that. So just click on VWAP there, right here, and right there. Now, this one is going to bring up all this crap, which I don't like. And so it gets in my way. I don't like it. So I click on the cog down here, and I uncheck everything except for the one VWAP. All you need is a single VWAP line. I'm sure some people use a lot of crazy stuff with VWAP. I just use the basic VWAP, which is the volume weighted average pricing. Works fine for me. And then I come here and I change it to something a lot different from here. So, which is up to you, whatever you want to do. I've already got blue, white, and blue, yellow, and purple. So I'll change it to, I don't know. Let's do like a light red, or let's do green. There's not many green in there. I'll do green. So on my E-Trade, it's got blue. That's because it contrasts with the colors I like to see it. So now you see that line right there, the VWAP is green, when you'll start to see that coming on my cross check. So somebody asked, let's see, what's the difference between 8 EMA and the 9? It's just the number of observations. They're very similar. I've always used the 8. The people I learned from use the 8, so I've always done it. But like I'll put it on here. So let's change the 21 to the 9 just so you can see how close it is. It's really no difference at all. It's just the number of observations per period. So you can kind of see it's virtually the same thing. See the yellow and now the blue, they're both, one's the 8, one's the 9. They're pretty much the same thing. You're not going to get a difference. You might get a slight, if you are super analytical, you might get a difference if you want to go with the 9, but it's just the 8 is a shorter observation. It's going to be a little more reactive. That's all it is. The shorter the EMAs, the longer it takes to interact. All right, so let's go back to the 21 here. Booyah. There you go. All right, somebody asked, I changed dark theme. What was the difference between? You should look at the multi-EMA. Yep, I'll take a look at that. I know I use the HEMA, which is the whole moving average, which is it pretty much, it's the intent of the HEMA was to lower the lag, basically create as instantaneous as you can with the EMAs. It's great. You're not supposed to use it for crossovers. You're supposed to use it as a quick identifier for trend change. So I liked it. I took it out because I don't necessarily use it too much. You can though, I might bring it back in. There's a few tools that I bring in and out, like the MACD. I'll bring that stuff in and out. RSI, I'll bring that stuff in and out. The longer time frame, I'll use the RSI stuff for. Can you show which VWAP you chose again? Yeah, so I'll go to indicators, VWAP, and just click the top one, public library debugged. That's the one I use. A lot of other stuff has got standard deviations, a lot of other stuff that I don't necessarily want. I just want VWAP, plain old VWAP, which is the top one. All right. So we got the volume profile, which is not showing up, but it's on there. That's the right one there. Right up here, volume profile, EMAs, volume. I think that's all I got. What else is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's all of them. Now I just want to go over a few things. A few tips and tricks that I've learned over the questions that I remember people asking, and a lot of things that I've learned over doing each of the volume profile. So when I'm trying to zoom in very close and like in and out a lot, and I'm switching a lot of time frames, and some things can be all jacked up. Like if you notice here, if you go to the 1 hour, or the 1 year, you see this is all crazy. You can't even read this. So what I'll do is go over to the price bar right here, click your left mouse button, hold it, and then move your mouse up and down, and this will scale. Now, you can also do auto scale, which is down here. Click auto scale, and it'll auto scale down here. So if this is all jacked up for some reason, you can click auto scale, and boom, snap it back. If you want to adjust it, you can zoom in with your scroll wheel. By the way, you can also take your scroll wheel right here and zoom in and out. Zoom in with your scroll wheel, and then I could adjust it as I need it. If I want to go a real extrapolated view of a certain price, I can really take a look at it to really zoom in on price action for some reason, whatever it is. Now, when I go to the 3 minute and I really want to bring it down to exactly what I want to see where the pivots are or supports, I'll do that. I'll really extrapolate this, but that's just one thing to do there. The fib. Oh yeah, here we go. So the fib is not something I keep on an indicator. It's something I pull up and draw. So, and I'll usually do that on the 3 month chart. I don't go anywhere. I don't go closer than the 3 month chart. That's because you start getting a lot of false readings if you do that. So I'm going to delete all this so I can show y'all. Delete. And I'm clicking in the mouse wheel to do this, by the way. I'll actually click in the mouse wheel. All right, so the fib. The fib you always want to pull on trend changes. Now, since this is a double bottom, I will consider this a double change, a reversal change here. So what I'll do is I'll click over here on this little pitchfork and go down to fib retracement. Just click on it. Now, what I'll do, I'll come down here for, nope, that's not what I want to do. Click on that. I'll drag down here and come down to March 25th is where we started the new trend right here. So click on that, go down to fib retracement. I'll click the low, fib retracement here, and I'll drag it up, and I'll click the high of the trend, which is right up here. This was the high right here. So I draw the line equivalent to that. So, and this is how I analyze it. Now I won't go through the analysis of it because that's not the intent of this video, but usually when I see a reversal in trend, which we came down here, popped the 50, come up, popped it again pretty much, all right, that's a new trend because we bounce up and we're nearing all-time highs again, and I'll go with that. So, and that's how I pull the fib retracement. Boom. All right. Do you ever chart the option prices you are considering? I do not. I don't see the point in that. Honestly, personally, I don't see the point in it. I never do. I have no clue why, but when I follow your trades, I lose money. But once I left the Discord for a couple weeks, I made money. Yet I know you're 10 times more profitable, 2 times older, and 10 times more experience. Yep. Well, I'll make a comment about that too. Is like this past week, especially, I'm considering not posting my quick in and out scalps because people are going to lose money. Because there's a little bit of a lag and delay. And I'm like, so that last trade, I was only in there for like a minute and people lost some money because they didn't get in and out exactly when I did. So I'm considering not posting my swing trades. I'll post them after the fact. I'll screenshot and post them after the fact, but I think I'm only going to post the longer trades. At least that's my intent. I don't know. I'm still considering, I'll discuss it with my mods and see what people is, but people won't want to do. I don't want people to lose money because I'm in a position for 30 seconds and they are lagging behind. So yeah, I don't know. I've only lost 3 times in 2.5 weeks, so I'm on a pretty hot win streak right now, so I'm doing pretty well. You may have gone to this, but how do you make your volume bars bigger than they are? It's all time frame dependent here, so you can move this around and move this up and down, and that'll adjust accordingly. Or this right here, you can zoom up or down there. You can move that to the top, you can move it to the bottom, and then scale in and out. So, and then if you double click your screen, like all I'm doing is double click that, and that'll bring all this stuff up and down. So if I wanted to maximize my screen view, sometimes I do that with y'all, especially when I had RSI and I had 2 things up here. I'll double click it, it'll bring that down, and now I've got a full screen. So good stuff. All right. Let me see here. If you jump in and get out late, you can easily lose money on trades. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, Yeah, and I do need to do a disclaimer. I need to do a financial disclaimer anyway, but yeah. Okay, another thing I'm going to do, people ask, how do you create watch lists? And here, I'll go ahead and do it because I do want to do one anyway. I'll come up here and let's do a watch list. Go to select the watch list over here to the top right, which is this icon. You can switch all these icons. You can do news. You can do the actual SPY's data for the day, their gain and loss, all that stuff, low, high. A couple other things, exchanges. Top right is watch list. You go to watch list and you click create new list. And I'm just going to do sectors. I'm going to call this one sectors. Sectors, boom. Here. And I want to add, let's do XLF to it, right there. Now you come down here, and if you want to actually change these things, you can click on FANG, you can click on whichever, like I did FANG here to add all the FANG stuff, and I also included Microsoft as well because Microsoft is a big influencer. I named this one SPY because this one's SPY and all the things that I wanted to tie in with it that I check a lot. Like I check the KL, XLF, and XLE a lot, which is energy, finance, and tech. And then the QQQ, of course, is mainstream. SPY and Q are the two number ones. Another thing I like to do, which I think I'm going to start incorporating, is you can flag these things. And if you've got an event or if you want to come back to it a lot, I think what I'm going to start doing is not only post, like use the text tool here. If I want to post, I'm in a trade or whatever the position is right here, so y'all can see it. But another thing I'm going to do is actually come down to the flags and change this to green when I'm in a trade. So y'all know if you can just look at it, you can say, oh, he's in a trade because this flag is green. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. So a lot of visual indicators to say, hey, this guy's in a trade and in and out. So what else? What else? How do you use the volume profile indicator typically? What insights are you looking for? Let's see here. Timothy, I'm not gonna go into the Squeeze Momo just because literally tonight I'm going to record the video on the Squeeze Momo as well, just that, and I'll post that just because I want to go in complete in depth, and that's not the intent in this video. Okay, the volume profile. I've got a video, Dilbert, about the volume profile, so go take a look at that. Basically, I'm looking at the rejection, the manipulation of the price as it comes in. I hate that it's not showing up. It's not for some reason. I guess because the market's not active. Oh, here we go. Here's one of them. Let's see if I can get this thing show up in a shorter time frame. And again, I'm not going to go into these things because I do have a video on the volume profile you can take a look at. I go in depth on. It's really good. So take a look at that, but especially since it won't show up. But basically, I'm looking at the nodes. The nodes are support and resistance. That's it. So take a look at that video. It's good stuff. Maybe you could save this quick scout for an end of week recap. Shadows are unlikely to get. Yeah, true. Squeeze momentum indicator. All right, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for the trading. That's how I set everything up, nice and easy. I don't use that many indicators. Y'all can see. Now, the one thing I will do, there is one thing I wanted to throw on. I forgot about this one thing. All right, so y'all know that I use the morning and afternoon ranges. So like from here, I'll do open. I'll come down here. I'll wait till 9:05 my time, which is 10:05 y'all's time, or Central Time, right here, and I'll draw the lines. And this is what I normally do. I'll come here. I'll go to the horizontal line, which top left. I'll click on this little drop down arrow there, and I'll come down to horizontal line, and I'll choose the top. Just click, and I'll set that line. Come down here, and I'll go for 9:05, which I'm looking at. I'm looking down right here. So I'll go to 9:05, and there it is right there. And I'll choose the low point, which is here. Bam. That's the low high ranges. That's what I usually do. I use that horizontal line. Now, I'm going to do something a little different going forward. I discovered something that I really like. It shows its ranges, and I'm going to shade them appropriately. And I'm going to use the channel. Same place down here. I go to parallel channel here. And this is going to allow me to draw ranges on which point to hide where I want to go. So what I'm going to do is I'll draw a channel on top and bottom. I'll come down here. Same thing. And I'll draw a channel. And I'll make them appropriate. I just wanted to speed that up here. And what I'll do is I'll shade these appropriately so I know when this price comes down and pops the channel, I'll know when to buy or not. And I'll set this to the length. Once this breaks, see, let's take a look for this example. The top of the line is the upper and lower ranges of what we did that morning, like we always said. So we came down here, we popped off. The second candle came down here and tested it, boom, and it came down and broke below. So what I'm going to do is take this bottom range and I'm going to set it. Oh, I think I guess it's this one here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to set it to the bottom of this candle, and I'm going to label this. I'm going to shade this thing red. Come down here, the cog. We're going to go to style. No, it's the wrong one here. All right, there we go. Channel. Background. Here we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I'm going to shade it light red, like just like that. So that's going to tell me to be very careful. This is the visual aid. Be careful of buying here. So what I'm looking for, this thing comes down, breaks the channel, comes down. What I want to do is called, continuing price action. I don't want to buy this put until the next candle pops this session low. So here, the green candle, I wouldn't want to buy puts here. I would buy puts here. So I'm going to start using these parallel channels to give me basically a buy zone or a do not buy zone in order to get in and out of trades. So just something I'm going to do. These are called the parallel channels. Anyway, all right, here we go. What do we got? You wouldn't know what goes in the squeeze mode. All right, we already talked about that. If this indication, already talked that. Is there amount of volume based on long-term trends, or is that just days volume? That's the days volume. John says, how much coffee have you drank today? You're talking a lot faster than usual. I've been at it. I've been up all day. I was, been up very early to getting this brisket started. I'm smoking a brisket. It's actually about to be done. And it's actually rested in the cooler right now. I've had a few lattes and some espressos. It's been good stuff. What would a move in the VIX late Friday trigger your call put on the SPY? Well, let's take a look. All right, this is the VIX. So it's spiked going into the day. Well, this is June 1st right here, May 21st, June 1st, right there. Yeah, so this thing spiked going into close, which means huge dump, especially with the things the way they were rolling, and then the SPY took a major dump like right at the end, and then the VIX jumped. The volatility's coming into play. So people are just taking plays off of their portfolio for the long weekend, especially with a lot of unknowns going into next week and a possible news coming out about inflation over the weekend or whatever it may be. People just don't want to hold risk, so they just threw that stuff off the table. And a lot of volatility, huge dump at the end. So a lot of art. And the thing is like most of the day, all week really has been retail selling, most institutional selling. So when you had that big pop in VIX, you just saw that a lot of people were dumping the shares, a huge mass volume of selling, and of course we brought it down. Dober says, I like how disciplined you are as a day trader. Keep it up. Yeah, appreciate that. I am definitely not the most technical trader. A lot of dudes use 15 technical indicators, a lot of equations, a lot of high-level stuff. That's not me. I keep things very basic, and I have a very high win rate. I've been doing this a long time, so I've been very profitable, and I pride myself on controlling my emotions. Like I use a few trusted indicators, which you see here, and they're all volume-based. None of this is pattern-based. Like I do not use pattern-based. I guess you could say the fib is pattern-based, but even then, I don't use a fib for entries and exits. I use it for a general consensus of where I think the price is going to change. But everything I use is volume-based, purely volume-based. So. And that's why I stick to it. It's all about discipline and keeping my emotions in check. So anyway, that's all I really got. I'm not going to hold you all up too much. Plus, I'm about to eat some brisket here in about 25 minutes. So that's really all I have. It's a very basic setup. If y'all have any more questions, you can throw them at me now, and I'll answer for a few more minutes. Or if not, you can always shoot me a DM in the Discord. So just as always, let's see how many people we got on here. 41 people. Cool. More than I expected on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Unless you're in New York. Anyway, if you are new to the chat, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming out, especially the next month. I'm going to be gone for 3 days on June 6th through the 9th. So y'all miss me for 3 days, but I'm going to be posting a lot of videos in that absence, so y'all can still learn a couple of things that I have, even though we won't be doing live trading. So so subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out. Of course, join the Discord, which you sure already have if you are getting those notifications. So got a little still stuff coming out. So I appreciate y'all being here on a Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Get ready for tomorrow. I got a few more things coming out, and then Tuesday, of course, kicks off the market open. Another good week, another profitable week. So if y'all have any questions between now and then, please post them in the room, throw them at me. I'll be happy to take the time to answer them for you. So thank you. I appreciate you coming out here on a Sunday. It's good stuff. I'm going to jump off here and